Hey Mark, how you doing? It's Eric, and I listened to that song that you sent me, and I wanted to send back to you a video that helps explain some of the parts. There's really 3 or 4 parts. Alright, so the first one is pretty much D, okay, C add 9. Of course, we're tuned to drop D. Our first finger is going to hit the E. Try to get that first string as well. Okay, so once again, it's D, C add 9, okay, and the E minor 7, back to D. Okay, and then we're going to add the, and that's, on the D, it's your pinky and your second finger doing it. On the C add 9, it's going to be your pinky and your first finger, right there, that's your first finger. And E minor 7, pinky, second finger, back to D. Now on the E minor 7, try and mute the 5th and the 4th string if you can. If the 4th string rings out, it's not the end of the world, but it sounds nicer. Hear that? With the, I don't know if you can really hear that low string as well, but we'll see how the camera picks it up. That's the trick with the E minor. Just some muting with the first finger I'm using to mute the 5th and the 4th string. So here's the riff. Once again. So that's the first one, and then obviously during the chorus, I don't know the words. Do 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 do. You can always put little fills. Whatever. Do it one time. Just open to add little fills within them. You know, it could just be strumming the notes between the chords. That's probably the best. It gives the vibe of it, okay? So the next portion is when they go to B minor to an E minor. Now on this tuning, our E minor, okay, I'm using my 4th and 3rd finger where it normally would be, and I'm adding my 2nd finger, squeezing it in there on the 2nd fret for an E minor because that string is dropped. Right? Now I also kind of like to add little fills to my pinky on the B minor. Gives a little flavor, okay? And once again, the pinky, I'm lifting it and placing it. I'll switch it between the 4th and the 3rd string. And the end part, the second half of that riff, goes to A. So I'll play that second riff, okay? A major, or you go. That probably sounds a little better. The first string, this guitar has some intonation issues, blah blah blah. So A major here, and the first string's a low, but right here I think it sounds a little more powerful. So that part again. Next part is a real standard C, a G over B, so I'm not using my 2nd finger. This is starting from the 5th string with my 1st finger on the 2nd fret, pinky hitting the 3rd fret of the 1st string to a D. real standard here. So resolve to the D. Lift that second finger on the C if you want to get that little fill. And if you want, that's kind of nice, you know, ending the pinky here on the 5th fret of the 1st string. Okay? So, that sounds cool. That's really the song. And then at the end of it, there's a couple little fills they do, if I can remember it. It's like... they don't change, they don't stay in the D twice, meaning this is one D, straight to the C, whatever. You only would start with D, end with D, meaning 2 Ds, if you follow me. That's a grouping of 4. 1 and 4 would be Ds, but in this case, we kind of just go D, C, E, D, C, E, D, C. Okay, it's a little bit of a change in the feel there. So, right back to and then the hammer I'm doing, that's on the, you're holding a D, right where your first finger is. That's how we get that first one. So we're on the third string. Okay? And then we switch over to the C add 9. Okay? And then, I mean, they kind of change it up a bit of improv, but it's basically... Okay, that's the hammer on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Your first finger is doing all the work here. Okay, then you go to that E minor. And that's 5th string, 4th. Resolve on the D. Maybe add that. Actually, you can't do that because we go right back to the. See, it's a little quicker there. Also, in the first riff, I forgot to mention that it starts out with a D, kind of is based on the 4th string, and then the last D of the set is based on the 6th string. Okay, so the first riff, this is the only part I forgot, is that. So it has a low D there. Okay? Alright, man, that should help you out. I'm going to send some tabs with this too.